What is going on YouTube? This is Jim, back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Prey. Now, I don't know what rock I have been living under, but I did not know anything about this game. As a matter of fact, I was just casually browsing the internet one day when I saw somebody say that, oh, the Prey live stream is coming soon. Go check it out. So I loaded it up on Twitch and I watched it for about 15 minutes and it looked like it was some sort of first-person shooter. So I was like, huh, I'll check that out later. So I saw that the beta was available. I picked it up on Xbox One thinking it was a shooter because I wanted to use my Elite controller because that's pretty much all I play shooters with now is that Elite controller. And, I install it and I just got done playing it and holy smokes, I had no idea what this was about. I was very, very excited when I saw the game load up and I saw the infamous Arkane Studios boomerang hitting the wall as their logo. And I was like, oh my God, these are the guys that made Dishonored. Like, what am I getting into? And it is Dishonored, but it is so much more. And I am so excited for this game. And I think you should be too. I don't want to give too much away from the demo. I'm sure there have been many people that have probably spoiled it by now. If you haven't lived under a rock like me, you know that it takes place in outer space on a space station called Talos 1. I did not know that, which maybe made the twist in the demo all that more exciting to me as I was finally understanding what exactly I was getting into. But this game incorporates so many good elements of previous games that are of this genre that I feel like this is the evolution of something like BioShock or something like Dishonored. And it looks from the demo amazing. Now, the cool thing about the demo, as far as I can tell, is it's actually the first part of the actual game. It's not an instance demo, so I didn't deep dive into it too much because I didn't want to ruin the game, and I'm going to have to play it again, obviously. Now, knowing what it is, though, I will be getting it for PlayStation 4 because I know it's going to look a little bit better there. So let's dive into it. Again, I'm going to skip over some of the story elements, but if you like the idea of that you can go around and pick up just about anything, any knickknack in the world is for yours for the taking, you're going to like this game. Similar to like Skyrim when there's the little coins on the table, there's things scattered all over the world. They're hidden in cabinets. They're hidden under like dressers or like under like a bed or something. Sometimes they're up above a cabinet and you have to jump up to grab them. It really pays to kind of scan the room and look for things because all these little knickknacks actually do things. Not all of them are junk. Some of them are actually legit things. It could be hidden key cards. It could be notes to safes. It could be anything, any lore part, anything that like really makes the world better. And just like Dishonored, not everything is required. But I feel you're going to get a much deeper experience from the game, and you're going to get more out of the world if you really take the time to find everything. I found a couple really cool little recorders. If you remember those from BioShock or Dishonored, the lore of people recording, like a voice recording of something they had done. And I found those scattered around the game, and it kind of led a little bit more to the world, and it made me understand things better. Again, totally optional, but I think worthwhile. And I think in a game like this, you owe it to yourself to really stop and smell the roses, so to speak, and just really be involved in the universe. So you have that exploration element, which is awesome. But now there's an added level of this kind of leveling system. So Dishonored started this mentality. I shouldn't say they started it, but that's, I think, where it really got perfected from a genre's perspective, where you could play your way. And it's mentioned that exact phrase, play your way, numerous times on Bethesda's official site. The demo actually even says, hey, play your way, do whatever you want. How that worked out in Dishonored was depending on what powers you had available to you at the time, you could kind of, maybe make a blink jump that you might not have been able to before. If it came down to brute force, you could just say, forget it. I'm just going to pull out my sword and crossbow and I'm just going to go to town. Or you could stealth your way through. Now, this game has a lot of the same elements with an added bonus now of this leveling system where you get these upgrades. You inject these things into your eye and it makes you more powerful. It's kind of creepy, but Kind of think of like the plasmids in BioShock. It's the same general concept. And here, when you unlock these, they give you a list of like, do you want to be better at hacking? Do you want to be better at repairs? Do you want to be stronger? All these different things. And as you walk around, you'll see things that you can't necessarily interact with if you're not smart enough, fast enough, strong enough. So a lot of times you'll see like a big couch and it says, oh, you can't lift this because it's a level 2 couch, like it's level 2 strength. But rest assured, when you find enough of those upgrades, and you could probably pick that thing up, and who knows, you could use it as a weapon. Maybe there's a hidden staircase under there that leads to another area. It remains to be seen. Same thing goes with repairs. Same thing goes with hacking. And there's a slew of them. I didn't go through every single one of them, but there are a lot of different upgrades you can get that really kind of are going to let you kind of perfect how you want to play. I think back at the special system. That's why I say I think this game is just like taking everything we know and better. So Fallout had the special system. I like to put things into intellect. That allowed me to hack terminals easier. I like to put things into perception. That allowed me to open up more dialogue options. Take that kind of core set and then multiply it significantly by all the different upgrades that you get in this game. And it's going to, and kind of like in a sense, lead you back to explore more, to find more upgrades, to explore more, to find more upgrades. And I love that. Combat system, there's a ton of weapons. The weapon wheel is enormous. I didn't count all the slots, but it's easily over 15. These are like your quick selects. I'm assuming that's probably all of them, so maybe saying quick select is incorrect. But just in a little bit of the demo I played, I got a glue gun, which is a really cool weapon that can freeze enemies or create temporary platforms for you to jump on. And I got to areas very quickly that wasn't like I wasn't not supposed to get there, but you really needed to use this glue gun to get there. As a result, I found even more weapons. I found a shotgun. I found a silenced pistol. I found a taser, and then the beloved wrench, a definite nod to Half-Life 2. And speaking of enemies in this game, the enemies are these things called mimics, and I love the concept of these things. They mimic the world around them. So as we go back to what I was saying, that everything in the world you can pick up, every little object on the ground, not every single one, but a majority of the things you could pick up, all the knickknacks on the table, kind of throw them around, toss the room to find treasures and that sort of thing. Well, mimics will emulate those things. And if you try to pick them up, you take a little bit of damage. So that's a really, really cool concept. And I feel like when the music hits, you're like, okay, there's something in the room. I don't know where it is, but there's something around me that is an enemy. But they haven't exposed themselves just yet. So it definitely has this layer of tension. And the mimics aren't necessarily much of a threat. You swing the wrench once or twice, you take a shotgun to them. They're really not hard to defeat. But the concept that the world is populated in a sense kind of by what you do, and they replicate kind of what you're looking at. I think that's a really cool concept. Now, I'm sure there's going to be other enemies that are just big, like lunky, just regular enemies that just walk around corners. And there is a stealth mechanic, although I didn't necessarily use it much in the demo. But there is a stealth mechanic in terms of like crouching, kind of hiding behind things. So I suspect we'll probably get into some of that. But I think it's probably going to be a little bit more brute force than something like Dishonored. We'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, the last thing I wanted to talk about was the puzzles and the exploration in this game. The puzzles in this game are just like Dishonored, but I feel like now with this added element of this tech, the game takes place, it says in the future, but it's really stylized from like 1950, 1960 Art Deco kind of style. So they do have some computers and some technology there. I think you're going to see a lot more hacking. I don't know if there's necessarily going to be hacking mini games, but you're going to be reading a lot more on computer screens, trying to unlock terminals, trying to find passwords to unlock terminals. Really, really cool little puzzle that I solved. So you walk into this room and there's a safe in the corner, okay? You don't know what the combination is. The cursor pops up and you have to figure out the 4-digit combination. You might be able to look online. I don't know. But to me, this is more fun to just, figure out on your own. You turn around and you look behind you and there's a whiteboard. And it says the safe code is, and someone's erased it. And you're like, oh, crap. So I'm like trying to hit my flashlight. Maybe I can like look at a weird angle and try to make out, like I got a whiteboard at work. And let me tell you, that thing doesn't erase completely all the time. Maybe I can make out some of the numbers. No, it didn't work. So I kind of dorked around for a few minutes and I said, I can't figure this out. Maybe it'll be important later. So I continued on through the demo and you get to a point where you watch a recording of a person talking in that room, okay? I'm not going to say who the person is. You just need to watch it. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. but you're watching the recording, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, holy crap, that's the room with the safe. Like, I could tell based on where this character is sitting, that's the safe. So as I'm watching the replay of this room, it's actually almost like a 3D image. So there's some depth to it. It's not just like a projector on the wall. So I walk up to the projector screen and I turn my head, and around the corner, there's the whiteboard. And the video was recorded before the whiteboard was erased. And there is the 4-digit code to the safe. How cool of a little kind of puzzle is that? Now, maybe the safe doesn't have any bearing in the game. I don't know. But the fact that you could find it and open it, and that there's a kind of trail that for the really, overly aggressive player like me, the completionist who does play Dishonored numerous times with both Corvo and his daughter, the Blinks replay and the just, murder everybody replay. This game has so much replayability already built into it, just in the demo, just in the hour or so that I dorked around with it, and I stopped because there was probably more to do, and I'm like, you know what? I just want to wait for the real thing. I want this to count for realsies when it comes out. But wow, what a cool concept, and I love those, and it's those little eureka moments, I think, in the game that really kind of make you want to just dive into this world and just really get into every little nook and cranny and find all the treasures, and there's probably like different weapons or upgrades or that sort of thing that you're only going to find if you do stuff like that. You could have watched that replay of that character talking in that room, and you would have gotten the main gist of the story out of it. But seeing that extra little piece, seeing that 4-digit code, going back to that point, opening the safe and being, oh, look what I just found. Now that is really, really cool. So I can't say enough good things about this game. I'm super stoked for it. Before I played it again, before I played this demo about an hour and a half ago, no idea that this game was really even on the radar. I had no idea what it was, but I am so glad I picked up the demo. I am so glad I tried it. Don't be under a rock like me, and I wanted to do a video like this to say to Arkane Studios and Bethesda, I can tell you guys hit a home run. I am so stoked to play this game, and I know it's going to be a winner. So if you haven't had a chance, go download it today. You can pick it up on any of the major platforms. Give it a whirl. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This game launches on May 5th, which is a surprising Friday launch for a game, but I will be there and I will be playing it. So, as always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Get out there, explore the world of Prey, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.